Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. This is session 125. 100 and a quarter. Holy shit. All right, so
sessions.
yeah, let's fucking do this. This should be a I'm gonna say a climactic night, but I'm gonna laugh when you guys just are like, actually, thing happens.
Never mind. We're gonna go find that stone.
So let's go ahead and kick things off with a little bit of a recap. Previously, in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party had defeated a necromancer and his horde on the outskirts of the Slither Swamp. But after awakening the mage to question him, they found not an evil, maniacal collector of souls, but rather a young, down on his luck, but hopeful about the future, recycler. Karstus, as he introduced himself, was a wizard from Dwemerkor, Halaster's famed academy. But he had been banished as punishment, and until he could complete the task set to him, he was not allowed to return. So, while he thought of a way to succeed at said task, he spent his days studying and practicing with ever more powerful undead. Though the party had mostly put a kibosh on that with their destruction of the horde. At first, the party was cagey with the necromancer, perhaps expecting an evil man, but the more the conversation went on, the more they warmed up to young Karstus. Eventually, the mage told them that the Scourges had in their possession a rod that could control the minds of creatures. His task was to retrieve that rod, by any means necessary. The party did not completely commit to helping Karstus, but they did say that they were interested in the idea of gaining allies in what they felt would be their inevitable battle against the Sethians. But the battles they had faced in the Slither Swamp, including the one against Karstus, had worn the party down. After conversing with the mage, they forged a modest alliance and rested. Their many adventures had led them far, and as they went through the motions of their work and rest, they felt themselves rise with renewed vigor. Level up. They decided today they would need to figure out the situation with Yurk, the Lord of Fetid Obliteration. And because of the complexity of the situation, they could think of only one way to do that. They would need to meet the Bullywug himself. After making some minor arrangements with Karstus, they left, heading back north to the Blacktongue tribe's territory, where they were led to the new generation. Their allies were happy for their return and grateful that the party was willing to face Yurk. But the new generation was not happy that there seemed to be no solution for their friend, Zetlal. The party assured the Bullywugs that they would do everything they could to avoid conflict with the Hydra, and that if it could not be avoided, they would do as little harm to the Hydra as possible in order to defeat Yurk and free the tribe. With seemingly no other options, the new generation agreed and pledged their support. They would follow the party to Yurk's seat of power, and if there was a battle, they would attempt to join it, or, at the very least, attempt to keep Yurk's forces from joining it themselves. It was at this point that a summons from Yurk arrived. The Lord of Fetid Obliteration requested the party's presence. Now. The party was led eastward to the spawning pool, where Zartem awaited. The undercover mage reaffirmed the plan with the party, and then ushered them into Yurk's chamber, though he did seem concerned as the new generation arrived in the party's wake. Within Yurk's chamber, the party found a deep pond and a dry shelf upon which gnawed upon corpses sat. Out from the darkness came the Lord, large and strong for a bullywug, but no larger or stronger than someone like Cass. He had a commanding presence and a sharp gleam in his eye. He wore a silver circlet and a greatsword, and when he spoke, the party could see sharp rows of teeth within his maw. Yurk wasn't openly hostile to the party, but he didn't seem to be a fool. seemed to understand the situation. And so he wasted very little time in appealing to the party. He claimed he did not want to be here, that he was forced to rule, to protect, and that while he might not be perfect, he had succeeded in doing what he was told. But now that the party was here, things could change. Now that the party was here, they could free him. Yerk stated that if they did, he would walk away from everything. The party was unconvinced, and sensing their hesitation, Yerk revealed his true form, that of a death slod, and explained that Halaster had his control gem. It seemed likely that at least part of Yerk's story was true. In order to try to get more information, and specifically to enable Matashtai to speak with the creature, Ezrah inquired about Zetlal, saying that they had promised to check in on the health of the Hydra. Yerk acquiesced and called the creature forth. It swept up from the depths, its many heads thrashing and roaring. As it writhed within the water, each head spiraling to focus on one of the creatures in the room, Matashtai reached out, and the beast did not flinch back. Instead, it narrowed its gaze upon the monk and pleaded. "He has my egg! Help me!" And that is where we fade back into the scene. So
that was the longest recap I've ever been a part of.
It's actually
I zoned in and out 7 times.
It's not even that long. It was a page and a half. There are many that have been as long or longer.
A page and a half?
Yeah, it's a page and a half.
Like 1,500 words?
I don't have word count on this particular instance.
Lord of mercy.
But yeah, something like that. Anyways.
Yeah, damn you, Jeremy, for trying to give us an immersive experience.
My bad. Sorry. All right, so let's flip music back over to where we were. Papa.
We make them watch the previous episode. They want to know what the hell's happening.
Half of the recap is for you.
I was just gonna say. Look, I'll get there eventually through questions.
I mean, sure. Anyways, okay. The Hydras, each of its 5 heads is focused on a different target within this chamber. The creature's bulky form kind of floats in the water, but kind of bobs and weaves, creating this kind of like repeated wave that cycles out from it, begins to lap at your feet and shins. Yerk is in conversation. Well, Yerk was in conversation with Ezrah, right? And then Ezrah asked for the Hydra to be presented. So in this like moment as Zetlal comes up, Matashtai reaches out. There is a fading, like there's a little point of time that passes right before Yerk is like, Yerk now turns to you, Ezrah, and is like, "Are you satisfied?"
We can see him still, even with the Hydra.
Yep.
We haven't moved to map, so I don't know if we're supposed to.
Sorry.
Be.
Yeah. Nothing has changed. You're all in exactly the same position as you are were previously.
Like he gave us a minute to be like in awe.
Yeah, I mean, this
Bask
massive
in the glory
creature
of
like
this
rises
Hydra.
up and is screaming and roaring and multiple heads whipping around and everything like that. And he just kind of like stands there, right? And then, you know, like after the moment kind of like passes, then he speaks back to Ezrah. But it is during this time, right, Matashtai, you reach out to Zetlal, and because of your, what was it, fucking natural 20 fucking persuasion, you, the creature does not flinch back from you, right, and instead pleads for your aid. So I think we're gonna stick with the Matashtai conversation for now, but we're probably gonna bounce back and forth between these conversations depending on what happens. So Matashtai, a go.
Okay. I run away, talk back, and I say, "We'll help. Where's the egg? Where's he hiding it?"
I don't know. Close. I can smell it.
Damn, Ashes, can you smell it? You smell omelet?
You don't
Uh,
hear this.
I know. I
don't
the
know.
most meta fucking around thing I've ever said. Jesus Christ.
It's.
Uh,
I like
I'm
the
gonna
omelet
just go out on a-
comment though. I like you smell omelet.
I'm just gonna go on a limb and assume that my smelling is not so great that I could smell an egg inside of a swamp.
You're assuming it's in the water.
You have no idea. I mean, like,
Oh, no
so
clue.
it's a scenario of like, if you knew what Hydra eggs smelled like, maybe. You never know. Anyways, continue, Matashtai.
I'd say, does he keep it on him?
No, close, close, so that if I disobey, he can bring me to heel.
Told you,
Careful.
narcissist.
Careful. He speaks like you do, into my mind. Even now, he grows
Oh, shit.
suspicious. And Ezra, so Yerk, it's at this point that Yerk, right, turns to you and says, "There, are you satisfied?"
Thank you. This is a grand gesture of faith.
Kind of like narrows his eyes at you, like he's trying to read into your words, right? Like very obviously he does not trust you. There's been like to kind of like recap the feelings of the situations, right? Like he seemed very aware or believed at least himself, right, that you guys were basically here to fight,
Kill him.
right?
Yeah.
And he tried to come in with this kind of like, hold up a minute, let's not do this. There's a path of least resistance, right? But you guys have been like a little cagey in responding to that, so now he's starting to slip back into the like, what do you mean this is a show of faith? I just brought my Hydra out to bite all your fucking heads off just in case, right?
I mean, we requested to see it to show we knew about
but
it.
I mean, he's suspicious of that. Yeah.
Right. So, well, is there anything you can tell us about the place where the stone's being held? Like, it's the academy, right? Is there, like, I don't think we could just go in there, weapons drawn, without, you know, pulling in the ire of every mage.
So Yerk just like wrinkles his face at you, right? And he just kind of like, he doesn't have like a prominent nose necessarily, so but like it's kind of like the same function of like all the flesh right here kind of like wrinkles up over these nostrils, right? And he kind of like scrunches his face and looks at you kind of almost distastefully, and he says, "You have a caster. I can smell the arcane stench dripping from him.
Yes.
Con your way in. Figure it out. I know it is within Halaster's sanctum."
All right,
That-
see,
that
that's
is-
helpful.
That is a particular location within Dwermacor, or are
From
you
what
just
I
referring
have
to...
been told.
Okay. And you have no
He starts
insight
to,
into...
his eyes start to dart to one of the heads of the Hydra in particular that is focused on him.
He's talking. Cool. You have no clue as into who most likely is in possession, assuming it's not the Mad Mage himself.
I think it is at that moment that we pop back over to Matashtai. What is happening after Zetlal hits you with that bit of knowledge that Yerk has at least some sort of telepathy and is even now speaking in that just as you are having a conversation, he is having a conversation.
Okay. Well, first I need to get information to the group, to the guys, real quick.
Okay, so this is gonna be a passing of time as you kind of like corroborate.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I blast each one of them with like a quick. He's got her egg, holding her hostage. It's not on him. It's near him.
Okay, well, got that. Got
Okay,
all the,
so
all
that
the
so
vital
he says
information.
that to each of you in turn, which takes that much time in
18
turn.
seconds.
Yeah, right. So it's that scenario. So as that is happening, right? Like Matashtai, you have not spoken back to Zetlal for a moment. The head that is focused on you begins to kind of like bob up and down, and you roll me an insight check.
Okay. Insight to.
Yeah, there is a building tension and anxiety within this creature, right? This is a make or break kind of moment, and Zetlal kind of tentatively reaches out, like you feel that kind of quest in the connection that you've established, right? But Zetlal is not able to bridge the gap.
I connect.
Itself. And as soon as that connection is kind of like felt, the Hydra almost howls into your mind, right? It says, I will not lose my egg. I will kill you before he destroys it.
Figured.
Okay. Give us a round. Well, give us 6 seconds.
What is this round?
Okay.
And then I think I'm just gonna kick this bad boy off.
When Matashtai sends the message to, I forgot my name. Fuck.
Fuck! I forgot my name. Oh shit.
As soon as he gives me the lowdown, I reach out towards Ashes.
Okay. You're like
Like
your
kind of
best
a
friend, and you're gonna hold hands.
Like kind of a slow, attempting to be inconspicuous motion towards Ashes.
Okay. Roll me a performance check.
Hold hands. Don't judge.
21.
Okay. You see Yerk's eyes dart between you and the Hydra, and he seems to be becoming agitated. And because of that distraction and your high roll, he seems to not notice your motion towards Ashes. You have split seconds.
So
Let me rephrase that. The party has, because the whole moment is tense, right? Like he is minorly distracted, not like teetering off and looking over the edge of a scenario. So I'm gonna give you guys, you have, if you're trying to do something, if you're trying to be sneaky or on the sly, you have one thing that you get to do, not one thing that everyone gets to do. You have one thing that you get to do before it's initiative.
Okay, how big is that thing.
It's like an action,
So-
basically. You have one
like a
thing
round
like
or an action.
One action.
I will be a little like like a little lenient depending on what it is, right? But I will give you guys this moment to like talk. Yeah, I will
A
give you guys
turn
this moment
is
to
an
talk about it
action.
and figure it out, right?
I was going to literally just run the fucking room and look everywhere.
Can I like get some clarification?
150
Sure.
feet of movement.
What's the
Like a
clarification?
Scooby-Doo character
Like-
just running through a mansion.
Is this fucking pit like my circle, or is it like all the way across and we have to somehow swim across to get over to
You
his
don't
little
know.
cliff? I can't look and be like, oh, the fucking water's dark right there. That's
Where?
probably deep as fuck.
Where?
Now we all have water breathing, by the way.
Okay. What I'm telling you. So that line that I've marked for you guys, that's what you can clearly see from where your locations are. You know
Oh.
that past that point it's deep water, right?
Okay, but is it like is it
Well, it's clearly
Okay.
Hydra deep enough.
no, that's not what I mean. Is it like this? Like it's a big hole, or is it like
Like if it goes all the way around the edges, you don't know. You're
Or-
not close enough to those edges to see.
or
to
is it
tell.
like more like a shelf is what I'm trying to say. Like it ends right there and then everything past that. That's what I'm trying to ask.
So again, right, like what I have marked out, that green line, past that, in the direction of the Hydra, is deep water. But you don't know about the other portions because the water is too murky. It's too unclear. So you
Okay,
can't really
and then
tell.
what is this shit? Is this like 30 feet high cliff or what?
It's 5 feet up off the water.
It's just like a bank.
So it's a little ledge, right? But it's only like
Okay.
5 feet up.
Okay.
At the highest, right? Most of it's between 2 to 5 feet up above the water.
Okay.
So not a big climb, just like a pull yourself up off a ledge type thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's all I needed to know.
So, and I'm not intentionally trying to be cagey. You just guys, you don't have not had the opportunity to explore, and it's like muddy water, so you can't really tell where certain depths are. It's just because of your proximity that you can tell what's going on at this line.
Okay, so for clarification, the reason I ask group is if there's no way I can get over there, and I have, a billion perception, he's definitely got the egg, somewhere-ish, here-ish.
Dear
in my
Lord
opinion.
Jesus, that was spaghetti.
I don't know how big the area is behind him. so
Yeah, I
can't,
know.
like,
Just
circle appropriately. I'm just saying that it might be a little tough if y'all get over there. I mean, I can throw the dags, but trying to find
well,
shit,
I will
know?
say you all do have water breathing up, so there is that. You can't
Yeah, but I
drown necessarily.
don't have a swim speed. I'm the only one that can't swim.
Are you
You
the
also
only one
can
that
move
swim?
like 3,000 move speed. I don't have a swim speed.
Doesn't everyone have at least some kind of swim speed?
Well, I mean, so
Oh,
swim.
okay.
It's difficult terrain, basically. Swimming is counts as difficult terrain. Is how it
Unless it's a high current, and then it's also.
yeah,
some
I
other
mean, if
things.
it, but this is just muddy water.
I mean, y'all do what you're gonna do. I'm just like adding that in.
Man, like
Yeah, I mean,
my,
so
my
it
game
is-
plan is
It,
classic.
you're discussing what's the plan and what's the resources available to the party, right? So, okay, in the moment, what do you guys think you want to do for this? Because anything that you do is
Does-
gonna spark something off.
Does it make more sense for Matashtai to run around like a fucking chicken with his head cut off?
I will,
Or does it make more sense to get Ashes up next to him?
I will say this, right? If it helps the situation, getting Ashes or whoever right next to him is like a split second thing, right? Matashtai is fast and he can sonic around the room, but as soon as he sonics up to the
Starts
other
sprinting.
side,
Yeah,
right,
that's,
Yerk's gonna be like, well, guess we're
Sorry?
going, boys, right? Like, you're not gonna get to rephrase that, you're not gonna get. How much movement do you have in a single turn?
150.
You're not gonna get to go, before he reacts.
And with his
You're gonna
head
go.
cut off.
You're gonna go poof across, and then he's gonna be like initiative, right?
Well, so I feel like we can rule out down here. It's definitely not down there.
Look,
No,
'Cause
it's for sure behind him somewhere.
It's
so
it's
like
gonna be in the
sure.
water.
maybe here, but I have pretty low expectations for there. So I
No,
think it's like
there's
back up
no
in here
way.
somewhere.
There's no way it's here because he would have to go past the Hydra.
Also, it's not just gonna be out in the open.
Fair.
It's gotta be like
Behind a door or
yeah.
yeah.
It's like a hidden like.
or
I
have
imagine,
a guard slotty over it with a spear just
It's
right.
like-
imagine if you swam in the water, there'd be like a hole that has like a tunnel leading into like a little pocket of air that it's kept in or something, you know?
Big doubt that it's in the water because
So
there's a Hydra in the
I-
water.
I think we'll have at least a round if Zetlal hesitates before he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go kill this egg. So, like, he's not gonna immediately charge to kill the egg before he knows what Zetlal's doing.
No,
Okay.
this dude
So-
right here is super arrogant. He's gonna be like, oh, he'll fight for a minute, and then he'll be like, Zetlaw, kill him. And I don't know, maybe wait a second, maybe like wait a round or two and be like, Zetlaw,
I think he's
why
gonna
aren't
send
you killing
Zetlal
him?
right away.
Yeah, but he'll be like, Zetlaw, why aren't you? But he's not gonna like, first disobey. He's not gonna go for the egg. He's gonna be like, oh, I'm the big bad bro. I can kill you. I'm so arrogant. Ha ha ha.
Maybe he's not so arrogant.
I
and
doubt that seriously.
Thinks everyone's ready to betray him.
So I have Sentinel and Stun. So if I can get by him, I can kind of lock him down pretty well. But it will take Ashes about 8 years to get there. So you should probably teleport Ashes there.
Go on with it. Yeah, do it.
well, I think Jake's plan or Ezra's plan is to teleport Ashes anyways, but that would be, it's the decision of do you start the fight by teleporting or do you start the fight by Matashtai running? Right? Is the two considerations that I'm hearing so far.
I am fine with either one.
Okay. Let's
I'll be fine with
make a
either one.
decision. Top of the list. Jay, vote.
God damn it. TP.
Okay, Ezra, vote.
Pew 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 pew.
Is that
Those were
What does that
lightning
even
bolts.
mean?
thunder stuff.
Did you just vote for a different option?
Yes,
I
yes.
pull out my laser guns.
Okay, gotcha. All right,
We're gonna switch to Shadowrun.
Bones, what's your vote?
I actually don't care.
Okay, Matashtai, what's your vote?
I'm already outvoted, so we're TP.
All right, sounds like a plan. The TP. Okay, I like this anyways because it was already that scenario of like the reaching the hand back, blah 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 blah. So the hand touches, and as that happens, right, Ezra, is that verbal somatic?
It is verbal, but I would cast it subtly.
Okay, that takes a sorcery point. Okay, so there is because we already rolled the check, right? He does not realize this is happening. So you seal that, right? You do not give away the game by speaking in the arcane tongue. So you subtly cast the Thunder Step, and suddenly there is just a boom, a thunderclap, and where are you teleporting?
So the first one is the actual roll. I just wanted the script up there just so everyone sees what's happening.
Yeah, sure.
So both
So all-
Ashes and Matashtai need to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 16. Or sorry, not Ashes, Matashtai and Bones. Because we are leaving. We are untouched by the concussive force.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Okay.
18 damage to start the fight.
Nice.
Starting the fight with killing us. Okay.
I mean, it's a utility scenario, but it requires, some sacrifice.
And then I would be putting
Taking damage to
bones. I would be
bones.
putting Ashes right above him,
Okay.
and myself between being separated by Ashes.
Sounds like plan. Okay. We go right there, and we go right there. Everyone select your tokens and roll for initiative.
Click. Click.
Fuck.
Did you just swear for getting the highest?
I can't see.
I said clock.
Mossy to roll for
Oh,
him.
I thought you said fuck. I'm like, that's a great roll. What are you?
I'm sorry. What? Bones.
I can't click on Mossy.
You're not sure where he is exactly in this moment.
Oh, okay. Alright then.
You have felt kind of like tremors on the occasion following you guys.
I mean, I just figured he was here to put him in initiative, but
Yeah. But it
That's what I was
is
trying.
it is calculated into the concept.
okay.
All right. Okie dokie. Matashtai.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that connection is still partially open. You feel immediately after this wash of concussive force, like there's this splatter of fucking like swamp water that gets blown up around you and Bones as you kind of like get hit by the thunder step as Ezrah takes Ashes away. In the immediate aftermath, that connection is still established with Zetlal, and you hear in your mind, no, I can't. I need you to roll a persuasion check versus Yerk's intimidation check.
Ooh, okay. So I think I used my silver tongue last time, so I gotta take that off because it was still on there. Okay. You said
Hold on.
persuasion?
This is probably pretty important.
Oh, are we finally going to use one of the 15,000 DM inspirations we've been holding on to?
Yeah, you can have my DM inspiration for it.
All right.
So I imagine.
Fuck yeah,
I'm gonna
finally
use
get
a few.
to burn some of those.
As the way DM inspiration works, are we saying before the initial roll or after the rolling?
So I'm relatively lenient, but I vastly prefer you guys tell that you're going to utilize the DM inspiration before you roll.
Absolutely fair.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, here we go. The DM inspires me for not much more, but it's better.
I mean, a 10 is way better than a 1. A 10 gives you a fighting chance. A 1 is just go fuck yourself.
Automatic failure.
I used all the good juices last week.
All right.
Not on that one.
Yerk's intimidation
+9
is not for you guys to see. So it's just for the chat to see.
sketchy.
Gotcha. All right.
Everyone click over to the stream real quick so we can see it.
I mean, it is what it is.
That'd be poor form.
Okay.
Poor
So
form.
battle has been joined. Ezrah and Ashes has suddenly appear on Yerk, and he is not surprised, right? You did get the free action on him, basically, right? But like he's not sitting there caught completely unawares. You've just managed to close the gap far quicker than he was anticipating. But his hand is already up, great sword out, and he just whirls and is fighting in a fighting stance immediately. Ashes. But it is not Ashes that proves the immediate threat. It's a Matashtai.
Got to be in the water.
I take off.
I'm so ready for, because you've been arguing for it for so long now, and you finally get a situation where you.
Now the real question is, does he trust his connection with the Hydra and run within
I don't need to.
opportunity
I'm fine.
attack range?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I'm gonna need you to tap into that speed
35.
force, please.
I will say this: one, you did just go into the range of the Hydra. If you were not meaning to, you could have gone outside of the range of the Hydra with the exact same movement, so it doesn't matter. But
Super reach.
Oh, I suppose if it's got reach, that probably.
so,
Yeah, I didn't look at
but what I do want to note is that Matashtai, running along the surface of the water in this space, does now have the knowledge that this is all like deep water. Everything past that line is deep water.
I send that back to Bones.
Okay.
It's
So
deep.
Bones, you know, north to that wall is deep water.
So I'm like, my focus right now is trying to see if there's any doorways or any like tunnels or any hidden alcoves as I'm running up here.
Okay. What's your passive perception? Because I'm assuming you're not using an action.
I'll use an action if I need to, but my passive is 17.
So you passively have a 17. If you want to try to roll higher, you have to use an action for it.
See, I don't feel like I'm gonna roll higher.
That's been the stakes.
I'm gonna try and roll higher. And actually, I'm going to use a Talisman of Opportunity to give myself advantage.
Okay, nice. So Talisman of Opportunity just gives you advantage on an ability check.
Yep.
Okay.
From 1 to
Or
22.
attack, I think, as well.
Here's
but,
the deal.
yeah.
What were you looking for?
I'm looking for a doorway, a tunnel, a alcove of some sort, or like any sort of like hidden place up here.
Fuck. Nice advantage. Nice 22. There's not a hidden door. There's not a alcove that you can see now or anything like that. There's no necessarily, not a trick or a trap necessarily, but there is a slit, a crack on the wall, just barely thin enough to see through. Right here.
Okay. Can I see into it, or
No,
is it
it's
just like
it's tiny,
okay.
right? Like it's like this big. You have to be like right up on it to see through it. But you can see it. It is the only strange markation in this entire fucking space that you can see. But it's right there. It's this fucking big, and it just stands out because you're looking for something hidden.
It's not the egg.
I bet he has one of those stupid teleport abilities where you have to see to go into it.
Okay.
Oh, man, that's actually kind of clever. Well,
Can
that's
I
gonna
talk anymore, or have I done too much shit?
You told,
Didn't you talk to Bones?
spoke to Bones to tell him about
Yeah.
the water, so that was kind of like talking in the mind palace, right?
Mhm.
You made an action to try to ascertain more detailed information about your surroundings. You still have a bonus action, and I'm assuming some movement left, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I've still got some movement left. I'm gonna pull out the ethereal staff, and I'm going to approach him, and I'm going to adopt a patient defense.
Okay. All right, he eyes you, right? He sees your approach, right? And he sees you fall into a defensive stance, and he recognizes the motions. Like, it's very clear. It's like you're fighting an accomplished combatant, Like you can read in his stance and the way he reacts to you that he understands what you're doing.
Got it.
Okay.
I see it.
Yerk yells out, "Zetlal, destroy these fools!" And the Hydra roars in frustration, terror, and what seems like obedience. And in the meantime, Yerk is gonna start doing stuff with that big ass sword that he has. So, Yerk turns the sword to no. Yerk begins to mutter, right? And
Does it look like he's
as he does, right? Like you hear, I think, a familiar the string of arcane words that is relatively familiar to you as simple teleportation magic.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
I mean, I don't have a reaction, I think.
Oh yeah, because you have, okay, right.
Don't you have a reaction?
Because he doesn't
I
have a turn
haven't
yet.
gone yet in the turn tracker. I triggered it, but technically I haven't gone in the turn order.
Yeah, that's one of those rules that we gloss over a whole bunch. Technically, you do not have a reaction until you have a turn in combat because you're, yeah. Anyways, you're.
Oh,
I mean,
it
if
wouldn't
you want to
matter-
let me use a reaction, I would.
It wouldn't
gladly
matter if he
use
went
one.
past the Hydra then, because he didn't have a reaction.
Say
Like,
what?
that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. So it wouldn't matter if Matt had gone past the Hydra because the Hydra.
Well,
didn't
yeah.
have a
So
reaction?
the concept there is this scenario of people who gain the initiative in battle have a little extra edge. Like someone who's the very first person to move could, in theory, dart through people because they're not ready, right? Like they haven't like pulled up their guard or readied their weapons or what have you, right? Like, I think that's the reasoning behind it, but it's something that we tend to ignore a fair amount. Anyways, regardless, Yerk disapparates. You see his form in this kind of like shroud of multiple dark colors, right? He does not go far, however. He literally just goes right here next to, like he bamps between Ashes and Matashtai, spins, looks like he's about to cleave towards Matashtai, and inverts and swings up at Ezrah.
Yup. Saw that coming.
You put the squishy caster right next to the.
No, I
With a
didn't
big
put the
man- yeah.
caster next to him.
You
put himself
absolutely
next
did
to
it.
me. And Ashes in front of me. Thank you very much.
You got too close. Great sword. Here we go.
Oh, so much I can
Oh,
do
that
with
was
thunder
no. I'm not gonna count that because it was a 22, but it was not public. So,
You have a reaction, Mitch, don't you?
he hasn't moved.
You are muted.
You're muted. It doesn't matter. He has Sentinel.
I'm Sentinel. I can make an attack when he attacks someone
yeah,
other than
absolutely.
me.
Very true. Yeah.
All right. I'm
But,
going to
geez,
whap him.
Sentinel has so many components because it has the component of like
It's busted,
you
dude.
can use a reaction when someone else attacks someone within your range. You can use a reaction if someone moves out of your range. And isn't there a third scenario? Or is it just the
Yeah.
third thing is that if you hit them they stop?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the third thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
My goodness. All right. Did you
Whap.
attack? Oh,
26.
whap! Yeah, 26 hits.
Whap!
Ooh.
And I'm gonna try to stun him.
16 hits.
Thank God.
No. Okay. That
So
is
it's
what's your DC?
Let me double
It's
check
24.
to make sure. 15.
He is not stunned.
That'll do. That +8 will do.
This seems to be a very hale and hardy creature. Yeah.
That's all right. All it takes is one bad roll. Let's go.
All it takes is one bad roll. Speaking of rolls, okay, no, I rolled now I gotta roll. Okay, here's the actual attack against Ezrah. 20.
I hate the fucking font. Jesus, yeah, that hits.
Okay. Okay, yeah, because you don't have a reaction. So, 20 hits, you take 14. I mean, it's a big ass, sharp, great sword. It cuts through you, and as it does, you feel very familiar to you, right? You feel just these, like, inklings of necrotic energy pull off the blade, and there is a little after image, almost like you're cut through a bit of reality, and you see there's this kind of like multi-hued, all dark colors, but like this multi-hued after trail in Yerk's swing, right? And then he does it a second time. I'm assuming a 13 misses.
It actually misses with mage armor.
Nice. Right?
Barely.
So there's a little like snarl as the greatsword clangs off of your apparating mage armor, right? And then Yerk kind of turns his head, and you see his head kind of like bulges outwards, almost kind of like he's got this almost thick no neck scenario. It's almost like he grows a neck for a second. His jaw unhinges and he snaps out towards Ashes instead. So he bites towards Ashes. 20.
Oh, well, I would say I'd use my reaction, but I clearly don't have one.
Okay, gotcha. All right. 12 piercing and 6 necrotic. The wounds inflicted go black almost immediately. And as he pulls away, you see a little bit of that kind of like blackened, kind of like tinge of, it's almost kind of like a miasma, right? Like it flows up out of your wound, and he goes, and you see the kind of like bruising portion where Matashtai had just cracked him one, right? Begins to decolor back to what its normal pigment was.
Cool, fantastic, love it.
All right. That I think is gonna be Yerk's turn. Ezrah, that's a big fucking greatsword to be standing right next to.
Yup. I'm gonna do the unthinkable and step away from him.
Provoking.
I mean, if it happens, it happens. No, actually, fuck
Say,
that.
you gonna use a spell?
I forget about that bonus action so much.
Free disengage.
It's great. It's great.
I can forget about the bonus action.
Do it.
Quick-
Do it. He's
quick-
not a mage
quick-
slayer. Do it.
Quick point of inquiry, Jeremy.
What's up?
Did we determine that I can use my meta magic on spells cast through the Hasnarketa?
I don't think we determined that you couldn't do that. So yeah, I think maybe where I would draw the line is like maybe you can't use meta magic on regular item spells, right? Like Krek or the Wand of Magic Missiles or things like that. But the Hasnarketa is a artifact that's seemingly attuned, like it's a part of you almost, right? So.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead then and use the Hasnarketa to channel a Ezra's Elemental Armor. As I do that, I'm going to use my Tempestuous Magic to disengage.
Sure, gotcha.
And I'm going to twin... Jesus, this is where sorcerers get all sorts of crazy. Using my 5 sorcery points for a 5th level spell.
Oof.
And I am going to cast Magma on both Matashtai and Ashes.
Okay, gotcha. Sounds good.
just as a refresher,
I'm actually gonna copy and paste it into a little notepad to keep next to my character sheet.
All right, very cool. So, like, Ezrah begins to cast, weave this magic. There's a surge of wind that pulls him back, and as that happens, he unleashes these kind of like just torrents of magical fire that wrap around Ashes and Matashtai, and then kind of solidify into various forms, almost as if they are armored pieces of magma about his allies. Very cool. Anything else for your turn?
and I move into the corner.
So you run over here next to the corpse of a giant toad that you can see the side has basically been eaten out of, right? So yay. Anyways, cool. Ashes, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to pirouette around or swim around, I guess.
Okay.
And I haven't even drawn Solara yet, but I'll grab her and I'll say, rip and tear, and I'll do a quick little, where is it?
Oh.
Hemocraft, please don't be high. It's
Oh,
4, good.
wait, you're not.
No,
Oh,
of course
okay.
I'm not. That was a big thing.
Interesting.
Is that interesting, Jeremy?
Yes, I find it interesting.
Under.
I can't find it
I mean,
interesting.
to be fair,
Jeez.
it says it's a great sword +1, so it wouldn't matter.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
he
gonna.
gets other
You
things.
think?
He gets other things for being a werewolf aside
The
from.
bite. The
Yeah,
bite.
I'm not
wouldn't do
werewolf.
as
I'm just
much.
doing right.
Well, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like that's the comment that we're making is that you're deciding to write instead of go werewolf.
Yeah, that's probably because I'm gonna get an additional attack from magma.
Sure.
So, with that in place, tell her to rip and tear and rip and tear. So,
Okay.
first attack.
As you swing, 16 misses.
Okay.
You see, he just swings that big ass blade up, catches it, and as soon as Zalara clashes into it, there's kind of like this of miasma that pushes away from the two connecting blades.
Okay. All right, cool. So that was my first attack. Here's my second. 30.
All right.
Fucking
So
diarrhea dice.
as that happens, right? You see
Fuck you, Mitch.
you see like you pull away, go to swing again, right? And Yerk's hand, he pulls a hand off the greatsword and begins to like motion and incant.
Okay.
I assume I can't I can't reaction a reaction. Why?
It seems like a spell. Up to you.
Keep thanking.
I allow it.
Okay. You see, as Zalara thrusts forward, there's this of miasma that appears, and another one that appears behind him, and Matashtai, you take 12 slashing damage and 6 whatever that was.
Under.
6
And
thunder
2d6
damage.
fire damage. Don't forget
Oh
about
yeah,
the fire
and,
damage.
and please roll the magma armor. Yes.
Is the 2d6 on every attack?
Mhm.
Every attack.
Very balanced.
Oh no.
No, don't worry.
Yeah,
you're-
this is
you're
this is gonna be
resistant
one
to
of the
fire
this is gonna be I think one of the final like playtest moments. We might decrease that down to I think 2d4 to
God.
kind of like tweak
Oh.
it, but I'm happy with it so far. Anyways, an additional 9
Okay.
damage, 9 fire damage. Matashtai.
27 damage.
As
Okay.
as Yerk uses his.
Oh, you're also resistant to fire damage.
Are you? Oh,
Yeah.
from the magma armor.
He's magma gives him resistance to the magma damage.
Yeah, there you go. So half that. Nice.
So 4.
Oh, it-
So subtract 5.
okay.
Add 5.
Very nice.
I've already
Oh, yeah.
taken it away.
I am just above half HP, only from damage from my allies.
This is gonna go great.
So look,
Okay, so does the remnants of that spell
so
remain?
in that moment, right? Like that happens as Yerk uses his Shield of Chaos ability, and almost immediately after Zalara thrusts into Matashtai and you pull her back, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Right? That kind of like portal of miasma snaps shut. So
No, I'm
it
scared,
seems-
Matt.
It seems to be gone.
Do
I
it
glare at you.
again?
I look over the Slod's shoulder. The fuck?
I don't know. Shit, I can't just not attack. So I will use my additional attack from magma and hope it doesn't happen again.
Let's do it.
Oh God, please don't let it happen again. Please, God, don't let it happen again.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Hold on.
Oh, hold up. Wait. I used my reaction. I can't do it. That's unfortunate.
What were you gonna do? Oh, you
I was
had
gonna-
the talisman, right?
I was gonna talisman
shit.
of striking his sword as he attacked and give you
Gotcha.
another smite damage.
Okay, so let's look at this damage. You have, what is that? 15 slashing.
Yeah, it's 15 slashing, 8 thunder, and 10 fire.
It's definitely not 8 thunder or 10 fire, or so it seems.
Thunder and fire.
It seems as if both of those elements are being resisted by the death slod. Okay, but regardless, that's still a hefty hit, and you kind of like, right, like after the portal, the miasma, like snaps shut, right, like Yerk is kind of grinning at you in this kind of like, haha, gotcha moment, and you kind of like rush forward, feint, and then shoulder check him and slash him across the chest, and it's like a, well, fuck you back kind of scenario. So, okay, anything else for your turn?
The end turn.
All right. Zetlal roars
No. Oh God.
and swims through the water, pulling
Don't-
her
do it.
prodigious bulk on
Hold up.
land.
I'm dodging. Would that attack have missed me if it was normal?
No, because it
Okay.
goes, it takes whatever the selected hit would have been, and it applies that attack roll to the new target, regardless of what the new target. So it was a 30
Got it.
to hit you, basically, because it was the 30 that hit him.
Roger that.
So,
I'd like to grant him disadvantage.
sure, right? Like,
I'd like
fair
to grant
enough.
him patient defense.
All right, Zetlal moves forward. Is there a world? There's not. For now. So the Hydra moves forward, and its many heads begin to gnash.
Jeremy. Time out.
What's up?
Well, all right. Is she attacking Matt?
She have many heads, and they seem to be attacking.
I use my reaction to cast Blood Curse of the Eyeless,
Fantastic.
and I
On
will also.
which head?
Oh God. Wait. What? What do you mean? The body.
On which head?
Blood Curse of the Isle says creature.
Okay.
Actually, what?
And
Right.
most
Seems kind of-
creatures don't have multiple sets of eyes. In this particular case, there are.
Fruchtensvard had 6.
Sprichtensvard had 2 that he was actually using.
Okay, I'm saying we're really playing fast and loose with some things.
This creature literally has an ability called Multiple Heads that gives them the ability to have advantage on certain things, and in this type of situation, I don't think it's applicable for a blind effect to blind every single head.
Fair.
It is what it is. It's a very rare scenario. Normally, Ashes can go, yeah, this person's fucking blind. Like, he can do that on Yerk, and Yerk's gonna be fucking blind, right? But, like, a many-headed Hydra?
My counter to that
my ass
would
beating.
be, I mean, yeah, fine, whatever, ass beating. But my counter to that is that all of his eyes have blood. So, like, in this particular case, I feel like it's applicable, but...
I get your argument, but I disagree with your argument, and I'm going to go with my interpretation. So, Blood Curse of the Eyeless, if you want to use it, you absolutely can.
Yeah,
you just gotta
I'll
pick
do it.
a head.
Like, if I see a head that's, like, starting to, like, coil up like a snake about to strike, I'll hit that one.
Sure, yeah. Well, there are 5 heads about to coil up and strike. Basically, are you going to try to blind one of the heads striking at you or one of the heads striking at Matt? Because there are multiples going
Matt.
for both.
Absolutely mad.
Okay, so.
Thank God. I wasn't going to say nothing, but thank God.
Matashtai, here is the blind bite coming at you. A 13.
That misses.
Okay, here is the regular bite that is coming at you.
God damn.
That's a 29.
I am dodging.
Oh, correct.
Yep,
okay.
Still hits.
19. 11 damage.
Okay.
All right. And then here are the 3 heads that are biting at Ashes. Bite. 26 for 9 damage.
Take 9.
Bite. 28 for 8 damage.
I take 8.
And bite 26 for 15 damage. I'm rolling
take
really high.
Ow.
Wow.
Ow.
Zetlaw closes the distance and still held under Yerk's sway, the Hydra unleashes a torrent of attacks against Matashtai and Ashes. You were unable.
I said, give me 1 round.
You were unable to sway the Hydra. All right, Bones, you are up. You know from what Matashtai has said, right, that this area to the north is still deep water. However, this connecting wall is a potential bridge that you could climb across if you wanted to get to the ledge.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do anyway.
Okay. I'm just
So
clarifying and making sure you understand your surroundings. You also feel a tremor under your feet, right? So Mossy is here, but it's you're way faster than Mossy is.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. All right, I will go click on my token.
Doing with that ear, boy.
20, 30, 40, 35, 40 feet, cat dash to get here. And then how much will it cost me to get? I assume I have to use, what, 5 feet to go up?
Yeah, 5 feet to go up and 1, 2, 10 to go across.
Where will that put me?
So I guess maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. So I guess right here would be 15. So you can be on the edge of that ledge with 15. Because you're basically just scampering across the edge of this wall.
Okay, it's only okay. Well, that leaves me 5. So it leaves me 5 more.
Okay.
Okay.
And that was, did you cat dash or was that just regular movement?
I cat dashed.
Does cat dash take? Cat dash doesn't take anything, does it?
No, you just do it whenever.
Yeah. You can't use it back to back. You have to not move to get it back.
You can only use it again by not moving for a round. Yeah.
Yep. Poke.
Okay.
Also, what is your passive perception, Bones?
It's a 20.
Yeah, as soon as you get within 15 feet. Yeah, you're within 15 feet. You see the slit on the wall.
Okay. Well, all right.
And I will say to my two perceptive people, right?
Okay, so I'll just say this before you say what you're going to say, because I think I have a feeling what you're going to say. It looked to me that he made a purposeful motion to put himself next to that.
I will say, from what you can see, in order to see through that, someone would need to be in one of these 3 squares, basically.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I'll bonus action dash and go.
Ooh.
I want to be. Can I not occupy this? Can I occupy this square or not?
Yeah.
Kind of like half-ass in the wall.
Yeah. I mean, can you leave your token right there?
Yeah.
Then leave it there. You're fine.
But I can't move into it unless I pick myself up and put it there.
That's fine. I can pick you up and put you out if need be.
Gaseous form.
I mean, I have enough movement to get there and look and then leave.
Is that what you want to do? You want to peek in the hole?
Yeah, I want to peek in the hole.
Okay. There's a chamber beyond this hole, but you don't see anything in there. But you do see that it curves to the side, so there is a section of the chamber that is out of your field of vision.
Okay.
Yeah, because again, it's just like this big, so you can't like really angle or anything like that. You just see a little ways into it, and then you can see there's, stuff off to this side.
Okay. All right then. I suppose then, use my action to attack him.
Okay. What's happening?
Because I don't think there's a way this opens. I will throw a dag at him.
Dagger.
I will throw Veen Spike.
Okay.
That, I believe, is the correct button. That's a 30 to hit. And I have no reason not to sneak attack.
30 does hit. Yes, absolutely. All right. So Wind Spike whistles through the air and then just takes him in the side of the chest, right? And he just snarls at the unexpected attack.
Okay,
very nice.
That's all I can do.
Okay. We move into turn 2. Matashtai. Okay. 1, Ezrah blasted you with thunder. Then Ashes stabbed the shit out of you through this miasma. And then Zetlal proceeded to bite the shit out of you. You're not having the greatest morning.
Nope, I am not. So I take my Staff of Etherealness and I crack it on the ground and go ethereal.
I mean,
we've been waiting for it. The alien finally says, "Fuck this, I'm out." He abandons the party.
But yes, I do cast Etherealness on myself.
Sure.
And then I move up into that chamber through the ethereal plane.
All right, so let's talk about movement. You go 5. I'm going to move you just as kind of like conceptual. 5, 10, 15. You walk through 20. And what you see within this chamber is there are, on this far corner, right? There are half a dozen sacks and crates shoved in here. They seem to be filled with various goods, most of which seems to be like foodstuffs, but there's a fair amount of coinage just kind of spilling out and all over the place, various trinkets standing out as well, and amidst all of them, you see sitting on this kind of almost swaddled, sitting on top of this crate, is this large blue and green mottled egg. And I mean large as in like it's fucking big. It's like this big. It's as big as your torso is.
Would it fit in a bag of holding?
Whoa, what's the how wide does the bag open?
5 feet.
5 feet.
5 feet, I think.
Wide
5
does
feet?
bag.
5 feet's pretty damn big.
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh, big,
wide. Yeah, I mean,
Double checking here real quick. 2 feet in diameter.
Two feet's still pretty damn
Diameter,
big.
yeah.
yeah.
That's a big ass.
I
That's a
mean-
big ass egg.
I do think you would be
Okay.
able to shove it into a bag of holding.
It's like this
Okay.
big.
Then I am going to drop out of etherealness
Oh.
and move over
Okay.
because I can't interact with it on the ethereal plane.
Nope,
so
you cannot.
I drop back out.
You
I walk
trapped
over
yourself.
to it and I put
So-
it in.
so that's
fine. I'm trapped.
25, 30, 35, 40. How much movement do you have?
So I have 50.
45. So it takes 45 for you to get to the egg. You drop out, you grab the egg, and you just shove it into the bag.
Yep.
Okay. All fucking right. Yes. Okay.
Good job, man. Good
Uh-huh.
job.
Thank
You
you.
just have to survive now.
I have to read something real quick. Shit.
Two feet in diameter at
Eggs require air to breathe.
No.
Yeah, but there's like 5 minutes of air in the
breathe
bag.
oxygen.
Yeah, it does like permeate through the shell.
Yeah, but not in a speed fast enough to matter in this instance, right?
Not like several ounces per second.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. I gotta open your character sheet real quick. Matashtai. I gotta verify some stuff. What do we got?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means I need some specifics.
His background is alien.
It is not alien, it's far traveler.
Good background. One of my favorites.
Shit. Okay. I gotta go check my notes. Sorry.
What are you doing to me, Jeremy? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to. Oh. Yep.
Oh no.
Do you have? Yes. Okay. Gotcha. No. Not that. There's something else. Anything else for your turn, Matashtai?
Well, I'm going to use my bonus action to Step of the Wind, so I have more movement.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk back over to the little crack.
Okay.
Is the crack big enough to fit the bag through?
No, it's only like this big. Like,
Very
I mean, in theory, you could shove the bag in and keep poking it in, and then someone could grab the end on the other side and slowly, like, pull it through. But it's not like an action process. That would be, like, several turns of, like, trying to feed the bag through type situation.
Okay, can I do something first then before I move?
Sure. What's the plan?
I'm going to hide my bag of holding amidst his belongings, so it just looks like another thing in the room.
Okay. All right.
You
Gotcha.
You don't think he knows what's in the room? Just out of curiosity before you do this. Okay.
I don't know.
Roll me
but
either.
My options here, I currently have no way out, and if he comes in here and murders me,
Roll me
He's gonna check my shit.
roll me either a performance or a sleight of hand, or not performance, a sleight of hand or a survival check. One of those two.
Hey, as a secondary, before you roll anything, and solidify this action, how are we going to prove to the Hydra that we have saved the egg if we can't show the Hydra the egg?
I don't know. But I
Okay.
couldn't carry the fucking thing over.
Oh yeah, because you only the etherealness is just once per day.
Yeah, no,
like
I'm
you're
literally stuck in
here.
here. There is no way. out.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Guard.
time
Like
to
that.
shove the bag of holding up your prison wallet.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So you hide the bag. Roll me either a survival or a sleight of hand check.
Okay, sorry. I can't seem to find my roll 20. There it is. I think sleight of hand, because I'm better at it. Yep.
Pretty good reason.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, there are several there are a bunch of crates and various collections of food stuff and pieces of cloth and things like that. Like there's enough sacks and bags and other things here that you basically just scatter a bunch of things real quick and shove the bag into one of those bundles, and it's like, surely no one's gonna find this at a glance, right? You know?
Yeah, he'll have to go looking for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So-
know that it's a bag of holding as well.
So that's the plan. Okay, sounds like a plan. Anything else
and then
for
so
your
I'm
turn?
gonna so then I move back to the hole, and I'm going to I can see through the hole, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can
So
see
I'm
kind of on
I'm
the
gonna-
other side.
I'm gonna look at Zetlal, and I'm gonna say, I found the egg. It's safe. Fight him. And then
Roll me a persuasion check at
I'm gonna pop my.
advantage.
Okay.
persuasion check at advantage. Not great.
Okay. We'll have to see if that matters.
So I don't think you'll let me do it, so I guess I'll just stay quiet.
I mean, I'm definitely not gonna let you do it if I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, so I said that in her mind, but I also wanted to say, I wanted to whisper to Bones on the other side of the wall and say, my bag's in here.
I would probably say you're starting to push the boundaries of too many actions type situations, right? Like, because you etherealness, and then you moved and you did a bonus action, and you also took time to shove the egg into a bag and hide the bag. Probably shouldn't have been able to do all of that.
Yeah, probably shouldn't
And
have
then
been able
come
to hide
back
it, honestly,
and
in
still be
hindsight.
able to talk to the Hydra, but we're rolling with it because I didn't stop it at that point. So the whispering is a nix. So that's the end of
Roger that.
Matashtai's turn. As Matashtai disappears, the functionality of the Staff of Etherealness is that it allows you to cast the spell Etherealness. And Yerk, in Matashtai's aftermath, goes, "Shit, not that." As if he recognizes it. And it's Yerk's turn. You see wounds across Yerk's body begin to knit close.
No.
He steps here, can see into the crack.
Okay.
We just see
I
Matt's
also
face.
will challenge that as I am in front of the crack.
Okay, you're next to the crack. I literally said these 3 squares can see into the crack.
Okay. Yeah, I mean when no one's there, but okay.
Okay, if you were... Okay, second scenario. If you were there blocking the crack, then Matashtai could not whisper or mind talk to the Hydra.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah, I guess withdrawn.
alright. Yerk speaks arcane words.
I get an opportunity attack then. I'm a Mage Slayer.
Ooh, you are a Mage Slayer! Shit, Yerk does not know that. I also forgot that. Okay. Do your do.
Okay. We'll click a button. This button, thusly. Fucking god, which one of these buttons is a normal goddamn attack? Bone Dagger is an attack. A 22?
22 hits.
Okay.
Excepting before you roll your sneak attack, I will allow that scenario. Excepting as you strike out, Yerk waves a hand.
I was waiting for him to finish his piece.
Okay. So Yerk. Well, actually, no. Hold up. I take this back. Because Yerk is already casting a spell.
I was gonna say he would interrupt his spell.
But yeah, no. That's a very good point. Yerk is already casting a spell, and you are reacting to that cast. So it's like a split-second scenario. So I would say I don't like the I counterspell your counterspell kind of mentality. So I'm not going to do that, but with a different spell type of situation. So 7 damage, 25 damage. Does anything else happen with the Mage Slayer?
What? Oh.
Not unless he's concentrating on something.
He does not seem to be. Okay.
Then no.
And Ezrah.
While he is casting, do I recognize what he is doing as casting?
It's another teleportation spell.
Do I recognize what teleportation spell I've
Didn't you
I've dabbled in several different types of teleportation at this point.
Did you have Misty Step for a long time?
I did have Misty
Step
for a long time. I counterspell.
If he gets, say, if he gets in there with Matt will die and we cannot stop it.
And I'm actually just going to go
Unless
ahead
I
and cast. I'm just going to upcast it
rat.
at a 4th level. Just
I'm
in
like
case.
best friends with a Zorn who digs, who's like somewhere around here.
Does he leave whole tunnels everywhere he goes, or does he just melt through stone through the ground?
Well,
I mean, I think he melds, but he also can blender
he
a
also
wall.
can dent. I'm just saying it's not like it's not like no. He doesn't leave tunnels when he glides through the air. That's like Earth Glide, right?
Yeah.
But
But
like,
he
can
could
also-
just he could dig a tunnel if he needed to.
He also is a creature specifically made to dig.
He's a drill.
I don't know where the fuck he is. He's somewhere. But I'm just saying, when he shows up,
He's a lot slower than you guys, and you guys all just went across the water, which is kind of an
understand
impediment for him.
even dashing, he only has 40. And
Exactly.
I went fucking 80. So, like, at best, he's like here-ish.
Yeah. So, anyways, you upcast at a 4th level for counterspell that guarantees shuts down Yerk's Misty Step.
He first saw that and upcasted it.
Whirls at you, Ezra, and snarls, and then he looks at the Hydra and he says, "Kill that one!" and points at you. And then he swings at Ashes. Great sword.
Probably hits.
Hits.
11 slashing damage and 8 necrotic.
I take 17 damage.
You are dead.
Great sword. Dear Lord.
I
I'm
take
rolling
16 damage.
really well. Okay, another 16 damage, and then he's gonna try to kill you with a bite. That head elongates again and snaps at you. Ooh.
RNGesus.
Wow.
Thank you.
What a time to
Ooh.
miss.
RNGesus, thank you! Thank you!
Ashes, I'm gonna give you an attack. With your reaction, if you so choose. Otherwise, it's just a miss.
I mean, you fuck it. I don't. Yeah.
Okay. 17 just misses. Just misses. He does not expect your kind of stop thrust, right? But he's just fast enough to whirl himself out of the way. Okay. That is Yerk's turn. Ezra, Yerk has just told the Hydra to go kill you. What do you want to do?
Die?
Oh.
How fast can a Hydra be on land?
Pretty fast.
From your knowledge, Bones, from your actual knowledge of existing in whichever the other world was, just as fast as in water.
All right then. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked up any of that shit.
Sure.
It's a fucking fiend. This is a goddamn gamble. Fuck me.
Ooh.
What was my options again?
What's your gamble? What's the play? What you thinking, Bay?
Sorry, looking at
You clarifying language, I get you.
yeah.
I'm just kind of curious what the fuck Matashtai is gonna do now.
He's in there.
All
He's
right.
just in there.
Alright,
Look, Matt doesn't think past the thing he's doing right now.
I think Matt actually hears in your mind. You hear Valena go, "Okay, well we found the egg. What the fuck are we doing now?"
Chin Chin?
Matt cracks knuckles.
Start punching walls. All right, what are you doing, Ezra?
Yeah, no, it's gonna do the most damage, so I think that's our best play. I'm gonna go ahead and channel a Chain Lightning that does not bounce. I am going to transmute it into poison.
Interesting.
That's what I rolled for. It was between poison and
Yeah, those
acid
steps
because
for
I
him.
feel like it's a gamble.
Between
Fucking
oh,
bad.
you damn boy. All
Yes,
right,
we
That
already
might
know
not- that
thunder
might not
doesn't
show up on the
work.
stream
It's
'cause
a
the stream-
fiend, so fire, cold, and lightning probably are already resisted.
gotcha.
So a acid, or sorry, a poison
What
chain
if I told
lightning
you that a
with
death slot is not a fiend? They're an aberration.
That's what Ezra's operating off of.
Fair enough. Okay. Wow. Holy shit.
I'm sorry, what?
That is
NPA.
that's
And you got a
that's
62?
It's
That's
like
a big boy.
6th level spell or some shit. It's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
6th level, yeah.
That's
That's my
a-
big boy.
Well, I mean, that's just
boy.
Nothing below a 5.
just-
Hell yeah.
that was a good roll.
Really?
Yeah.
really
Like,
was.
high
hot
over
damn.
average.
And I like to occasionally give you a peek behind the curtain for shits and giggles like this, especially when you pick the right door, because yes, he is resistant to cold, fire, and lightning, as well as the thunder that you already discovered. And of your two choices, he is resistant to acid.
Necrosis
So
acid.
you
There is an RNGesus.
you are in Jesus into poison, which he's also
Awesome.
resistant to.
Awesome.
All right.
I'm kidding. That would have been really fun. But no, he is not resistant to that. DC 16 Dexterity saving throw. Never mind.
Damn.
He made it. I was gonna say he also does have magic resistance, so it's a 20. So,
Ah,
however,
as
that is still 31 damage. So,
Damn good roll, dude.
that is partially resisted, but it rocks Yerk. Like it slaps him, right? And he kind of like almost lurches to the side to where Bones is. And just roars, looking at you, Ezra, and then kind of looks at Zetlal and goes, "Now!"
as I'm casting, I'm gonna bonus action to the tempestuous magic into the corner.
Gotcha.
And as I'm floating away, I'm looking at the Hydra, and I have tongues up. I'm gonna say, we're gonna find your egg. That's what Matt went to go do. We're here to help you and the Black Tongue tribe.
Persuasion check at disadvantage because of the failure earlier from
Can I
Matashtai.
burn my DM inspiration to make it
You
not
can
at
absolutely do it to make it neutral. 100%. All right.
29.
Ew. Oh. Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay.
Ashes, you're up.
Fuck it. Right. Not even a point turning Lycan anymore, because then I'd have to start making wisdom saves, because I'm under half.
Let alone at like 2 HP.
I'm at a 10th, honestly.
Oh, no.
So and I'm just gonna put myself in a really shitty position between these two creatures because fuck it. I ain't got nothing.
Okay.
And gonna go in.
Okay.
God damn it.
That's a miss.
This is the worst I've seen you roll on attacks.
Yeah,
I think,
normally
ever.
you are just like hit like on fucking fire with that shit. 28. Yerk uses his reaction to spawn a portal of miasma.
God damn it. Sorry, Bones.
I see
forgot.
Ezra over there thinking about it.
I can't.
No?
I gotta stop him from teleporting.
Okay,
I gotta
all
stop
right.
him
Yeah.
from teleporting.
A 28, so
Sorry.
it just
actually
and this
forgot.
fiery
There's
thunderous
nothing we can
sword.
do. You gotta attack him to
Yeah.
make him use it. There's
This
nothing-
fiery
no-
thunderous sword appears in front of you, Bones, and you're just not fast enough to dodge out of the way. I'm assuming
many
you can't beat a
do?
28, right?
No, I can't.
Okay.
It's 22.
So
Close.
22.
Okay.
Okay. And that lol, the Hydra.
I mean,
Surges
I
up on
still have
land.
some more attacks.
Oh shit! Sorry, my bad. I don't know why I blanked. I thought that was the end of your turn.
Fine.
Continue.
All right, so first one hit, second one hit. I use an attack and a hit, so I'm going to use my bonus action to attack once more.
Okay. 30 hits.
And let me see, that's going to be 5. Whoa. Whoa, what the fuck?
What?
All right, and then my...
Okay.
Okay, so...
You score another attack across Yerk's flank.
Yeah. And so it's going to be 1 thunder, 9 slashing,
I've already
and 5 fire.
calculated it. You're good.
Okay.
I'm doing it on the fly.
And then my extra attack from the magma shield.
Absolutely.
Oh, you know what? We've been forgetting to make him roll his con saves for the AoE damage.
Oh yeah. Well,
It was only had
whenever
one
he
turn.
starts his turn near us, he has a con save to make. But yeah, weren't paying attention.
Gotcha.
Anyway, 15 misses. So
Gotta remember. Okay, 15 misses. Woo!
and
Okay,
I'm going to
now
here,
it is the
and,
Hydra.
That's it.
Okay, the Hydra pulls herself the rest of the way on land. And most of the heads are looking towards Ezra. And then the entire creature turns and roars over your head, Ashes. 5 heads strike out. Not at you, but at Yerk.
Oh god, I hope Zetlon gets the kill.
Right?
I'm like, oh Christ, God!
All right. A
Wait,
bite.
is she now blocking my line of sight?
I think she is. Look, she's not. You didn't tell her about that part of the plan. A bite. misses Yerk, and as soon as she
Jeremy.
strikes out at Yerk, the Lord of Fetid Obliteration screeches, and you see his eyes literally go red. Dark red. And he just shouts, "If I'm to die, I will destroy your..." And she just swings with another 5 heads. 22 hits. That is 12 piercing damage. 27 hits.
Fuck him
That
up,
is
Zetlol.
10 piercing damage.
Fuck him up!
15
Fuck him up,
misses.
Oh.
And a 19 hits. 13 piercing damage.
How many is that? It's 5. Okay.
Yerk is still standing.
I
And
wanted Zetlol to have some satisfaction.
Zetlol roars. And it's Bone's turn.
Oh my god.
It's my turn.
I was like, if 5 heads come for me, I'm like going to be dead.
So 5-head turn.
Pop, throw the toy.
He does.
All right.
I mean, you guys
I-
used a fair amount to get that persuasion check on to Zetlol, so, you know. Like, Matashtai used a talisman to try to get his, and then Ezrah used DM Inspiration to try to get his, so.
Even Bones threw one in.
Yep. True. Alright, Bones, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What are you doing?
I'm going to draw my Troll King Heartseeker,
Okay.
Seek that heart.
and I will use my bonus action to activate it,
Okay.
and then I will use my Ring of Brief Blessing to get advantage,
Okay.
and then I will attack him. With the button that I am searching for, this one. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Get it.
8 and 6.
You have to roll the lowest Constitution save ever.
I get that upgraded.
Yes,
Constitution
well,
save. 26.
Okay, well he succeeds
Doubles
on
it.
So yeah. And but you still take sneak attack damage because fuck you.
Well, so he takes
Ooh,
the
that's a good
piercing
one.
and the sneak attack damage, and then he also takes half damage from the poison, right? Like, it's not fully resisted, correct?
6. It's 4 damage.
Ooh,
That's not
can
what
I
it
can I use
says.
a reaction during this?
Do what?
I mean, yeah, in theory. If you have
As,
a reaction
as
to
Bones
use.
is winding up to throw, I stick a talisman to his dagger. As he's
You,
throwing.
you a talisman through the little slit. I mean, fuck it, sure, fine, whatever.
Roll an additional
I'll take
2d6.
I don't think it's half damage. I think it's save or be poisoned / take the damage.
It is modeled after the dagger of venom, and I'm looking at it right now.
know,
So
that's what I'm
yes,
looking at.
you are correct. Yeah. So it's kind of a save or suck method.
Yes, that's what I thought. Okay, so what is it? 2d6 more?
Yeah, 2d6 more.
Okay.
Alright, well suck 6 more damage.
Yeah.
God damn, that's a big. You do single hits, but you do big ass single hits. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
So that is
42.
42
42
total.
damage. The mini heads of Zetlol strike out at Yerk, sending the death slot into a rage. And as he defends himself against the Hydra, Bones takes a careful
Flips a
moment,
dagger in between his ribs.
Kidneys.
pulls out a dagger,
Get the kidneys.
hits a button, steps forward, and into the death slot's back. And it's like, it's full, like, action scene, like the, the great sword clatters to the ground next to him, right? He drops to one knee, kind of like turns his head towards you, Bones, right? Almost as if he's about to, like, say some last scenario. And one of the Hydra heads bites his head off.
Yeah.
And chomps
Yeah, Zedlaw.
2 or 3 times, and then you while that's happening, you kind of hear this kind of like clanging, this almost metal on metal kind of like sound, and Zetlaw, that head, spits up the squished mauled head of Yerk, and as it hits the ground, the silver circlet on it clatters, falls down, spirals around, and comes to rest completely undamaged.
Damn, I thought for sure it was gonna be a robot.
Is that like the equivalent of eating a cherry and then producing a stem with the knot tied off?
Yerk has fallen. There is potentially no immediate threat, but that was the end, mostly, of turn 3. As that happens, Bones,
A 18-second fight.
you see Mossy come out of the wall right
Oh, hey,
below,
Marty.
and he
Damn. Yeah, I mean,
kind of looks around like,
that's
ah.
about how long I thought it would take him to get here.
And you actually pinged directly on him when you pinged earlier, right? Like you had
really?
exact basically like right where he was. I think it is at this moment, right before we go to break, it is time for us to have a little bit of a cutscene. And that cutscene...
Just as a heads up, Jeremy, before you jump in your cutscene, I have 7 turns before Ashes and Matashtai combust into flame if they fail their save.
Oh, that's
Hey,
great.
Go away from me.
So I was hoping to have a chance to
Yeah.
well, I don't know.
Don't worry. We're gonna come back. We're gonna
I
pick
knocked
up
on the other
right?
side of the wall.
We're gonna come back to this situation. We're gonna come back
Okay.
to this situation. We are not done with this yet.
Okay.
But as that happens, we are going to go to a cutscene, and that cutscene is.
Technically, it was 12 seconds. This was the start of turn 3.
It was very fast. Yeah. So. There is a thunderous crash to the northeast of each of you.
Each of us?
Take us with a grain of salt for right now. There is a thunderous crash to be heard to the northeast, past the spawning pool, past Zartem and the guard of Yerk, and into Yerk's chamber.
Oh, okay.
It is clear that battle has begun. Your new allies seemingly fighting against the Lord of Fetid Obliteration.
Oh, we're gonna do the other side.
And Zartem steps forward and calls out, "The new generation seeks to overthrow our Lord! Kill them!" And when we come back from break, we will pick up there and see how that side of things unfolds.
That
He does.
motherfucker.
We'll be back
Yeah.
in just a few minutes, everyone. See you then. Bye-bye.
I'm gonna break all his hands.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.